when aliens wanted fast food. In a small American town, where the biggest event in the last 3 years was a discount on popcorn at the supermarket, life flowed peacefully. But everything changed the moment the sky was suddenly torn apart by a blinding light, and a giant flying saucer crash-landed with a hum in the parking lot of the local McDonald's. "Is this some new promotional event?" asked a woman in a minivan, firmly holding a burger in one hand and a screaming child in the other. "Aliens parked in my spot again," muttered old John, a pensioner who believed he was the unofficial boss of the parking lot. The saucer landed, its hatch hissing open, and they emerged. 3 aliens. One resembled a giant green jelly with eyes. Another looked like a shiny toaster with antennas. And the third was the size of a small poodle but bright purple with blazing eyes, as if it lived exclusively on energy drinks. "Where can we find food for delight around here?" asked the tallest alien, green and gelatinous, making noises reminiscent of wet hands clapping on jello. "We've come to conquer your stomachs," added the poodle-like one, bouncing so high its antenna nearly knocked over the drive-through sign. The crowd froze. Someone reached for their phone to capture the moment, while Trevor, the 17-year-old cashier, stood rooted to the spot, nervously fumbling with the buttons on the register. Their grand mission had begun. The Great Feast. The aliens marched into the restaurant. Their gelatinous leader, Blob, paused at the door, carefully peeling his tentacles off the handle to avoid leaving slimy trails. Zippy, the poodle-shaped enthusiast, immediately leapt onto the counter and announced, "We are explorers from space. We've heard of your Big Mac and French fries. Are these your greatest achievements?" Trevor, feeling like he was trapped in a very weird dream, nodded. "How much do you want?" he asked. "All of it," Zippy explained, bouncing so energetically he nearly tipped over the ice cream machine. "And don't forget that liquid happiness, Coca-Cola, and plenty of napkins," added Gluck, the robot-like crew member, adjusting his antennas as he scanned the menu. Trevor rang up the order, but then came the tricky part. "That'll be $254. Blob hesitated. "What is dollars? Is it a currency?" "Money," Trevor explained, suddenly finding himself in a very odd negotiation. Gluck's antennas whirred. "We have interstellar crystals. They are used in the core of our civilization. Or," Blob added, "we can offer you a black hole the size of a pea." Trevor considered it. Interstellar crystals sounded cool, but he remembered losing 50 cents in a claw machine once and still being mad about it. "All right, I'll take the crystals," he said, trying to look professional. Chaos ensues. When the food was ready, the aliens had a feast. Blob, who had ordered 5 Big Macs, simply absorbed the burgers into his gelatinous body, dissolving them with a satisfied squelch. This is genius," he explained, his many eyes blinking in delight. Gluck sat across from him, carefully studying a French fry with his metallic fingers. "It's just fried starch," he said, before popping it into his mouth. He froze. "But why do I feel joy?" Meanwhile, Zippy was mixing every available soda flavor by pressing all the buttons on the drink dispenser. The result, a terrifying, frothy concoction, spilled over and splashed onto a nearby table. "It's a chemical explosion," Zippy screamed. "Pour me another." The McDonald's patrons tried to eat their meals and pretend nothing unusual was happening, but it was hard to ignore, especially when Blob suddenly started glowing, and Gluck emitted low vibrations that made the glasses on the tables rattle. I feel it," Gluck declared. Your Big Mac has unlocked new frequencies in the multiverse. Zippy, meanwhile, discovered a Happy Meal toy, a small plastic dinosaur, and shook it out of the box. "What is this? A primitive weapon?" he asked. "It's a toy," explained a child at a nearby table. "A toy? Humans waste energy on such meaningless things? You are magnificent," Zippy declared, carefully tucking the dinosaur into his backpack. The departure. When the last fry was eaten and the last drop of soda slurped, the aliens rose from their seats. "Earthlings," Blob addressed the crowd, "you have created something extraordinary. We will share this discovery with our council so that all civilizations across the galaxy may know of your brilliance." "We'll be back," added Zippy. Gluck waved his metallic arm, and the three aliens returned to their ship. As they flew away, the only thing left on the parking lot was a small, glowing puddle of slime. And Trevor? He pulled the crystal from his pocket, gave it one more look, and quietly said, "I think I'm quitting." The next day, the McDonald's alien encounter video went viral, but little did anyone know, this was only the first stop on their intergalactic food tour.